What's going on, Betting Edge Wizards? Well, Conference Championship weekend is upon us. The countdown is on. The Final Four is set, and we are getting ready to see who's going to play in Super Bowl XLVII. Let's take a look at two of what could be some of the more epic Conference Championship games of all time. 49ers, Falcons. Well, San Francisco and the Colin Kaepernick show continue on. They go to the number one seed in the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons, and the line right now, San Francisco -4, the total 48.5. Now listen, the Atlanta Falcons, a lot of people thought they were overrated, shouldn't have been the one seed, were a week one seed. Well, guess what? They are the one seed for a reason. NFC might not be as strong as the AFC. This Atlanta team has a lot of weapons. You saw that in the great epic game against the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, the Falcons were dominating that game. Probably should have won it going away. Let the Seahawks come back, but then Matt Ryan, under a minute to go, 2 quick passes, Matt Ryan field goal. What an ending there in Atlanta. They finally get off the schneid, get the first playoff win for quarterback Matt Ryan and for coach Mike Smith. Tony Gonzalez, 16-year NFL pro, crying on the sidelines. He got his first playoff win, so you know that emotion and focus will be high in the ATL. But San Francisco, the show that quarterback Colin Kaepernick put on against the Green Bay Packers, maybe one of the great performances in the history of the NFL playoffs. The record for rushing yards, 181 for a quarterback in all time in the playoffs. The way they were able to just slice and dice the Packers, the rushing touchdowns that Colin Kaepernick had, the great on-target throws he had. This is going to be a very, very interesting game. And I'll tell you right now, a lot of people think the 49ers are a shoo-in to win this, but don't you sleep on those Atlanta Falcons. My pick, the Falcons, +4, might not win the game, but it should be unbelievably close, just like the Seahawks game was in the divisional round for Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco wins this game, but I think it's going to go right down to the wire. Maybe another Matt Bryant field goal to win the game for Atlanta. Ravens, Patriots. Quote the Raven nevermore. This game seems like we've seen it before, because we did last year, same round, same site at New England. Baltimore probably should have won that game. Came down to the end, some craziness ensued, and the Patriots found a way to get back to the Super Bowl. Will it happen again? The Patriots open up as a 9-point favorite right now. The total, 51.5. Now, the way that New England dismantled the Houston Texans, and believe me, the Texans are a good team. They might not have been playing as well as they were earlier in the season, but they made it look easy up in Foxborough last Sunday night. So I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a very tough task, even though Baltimore, flying high on crazy emotion, they played in one of the best playoff games ever when they beat the Denver Broncos in the Mile High City. Joe Flacco, what can you say about this guy? He's 7-4 in his playoff career now, and he is just bombing the ball all over the field. The defense is playing with ultimate confidence. The Ray Lewis retirement tour continues. I think this game, of course, will be a lot closer than the experts think. Love the Ravens +9, but it'll be very tough for Baltimore to win this game. The thing is, I would be shocked if they did. I thought there was a really good chance they can go into Denver and beat them. I thought the Broncos were a little overrated coming in, even though they'd won a ton of games in a row. But Peyton Manning in his first year, that defense, not as good as it was last year. The Ravens exposed that. But the Patriots, they have such a tactician offense. They're able to just pick apart defenses. If they get off to a real good start, the way they did after the first couple series against Houston, they struggled on the first couple, but then just were able to pick apart that Houston defense for the rest of the game. If the Patriots were able to do that to Baltimore right away, it could be a long day. But I think that's not going to happen. I think Joe Flacco is going to continue to play well. The weapon of Ray Rice for the Baltimore Ravens will be a huge key factor. Right now, as the reports are going, weather isn't going to be that big of a factor. It could be a little chilly. There's not supposed to be any major snow or any big rainstorms coming in over the weekend in Boston, Massachusetts. So I like the Ravens +9, but I think it's going to be very tough for them to win this game outright. That being said, quote the Raven nevermore, it would not shock me if they got to the Super Bowl and played against either San Francisco or Atlanta. So there you go. There is my conference title picks. I like the Falcons +4 at home, the Dirty Birds, and the Ravens +9 on the road. It's an all-underdog conference title weekend for DTM. And for the Betting Edge, I'm Dan the Man. Until next time, believe in the dream. And don't forget to sign up for InSpin.com's Insider Now. Go to InSpin.com right now.